I'm having an issue thinking of what my favorite game of all time is.
I can give you my top 3 easily. You probably know my top 3.
Halo 3, Sunshine, and I don't know your third one.
Call of Duty 2.
Like, honest. That's what it is. Thought I was a COD.
My three games that like affected me the most. Sunshine was my childhood. Call of Duty 2 was my bringing about to consoles, like actual consoles that weren't like.
I'm gonna move down a little bit so I can get you up.
Cause do you consider the GameCube a console?
GameCube, yeah.
Cause did GameCube didn't have online, like it didn't have internet access.
That doesn't make it a console?
What I was thinking is, when I say like a console, like, because I can play my Game Boy Advance, and I can basically play the same games as I could play on the GameCube, because it doesn't require a third-party support system. So when I think of like a new time gaming console, I think of it has to have an online factor, and the GameCube didn't. As much as it is technically a console. And it is. Like, all those things were consoles. The 64, the Sega Master System, like, the fucking...
NES, SNES,
Virtual Boy. That's all... Yeah, it is all consoles. But, like, I don't know, for something... Like, what would be, like, the descriptive difference between, like, an Xbox and a PlayStation and a GameCube? And an N64 and an SNES? Like, there's a difference there.
Say that again.
There's a distinct difference between what an Xbox can do and what a GameCube can do, besides like pixels.
Yeah, it's hardware.
Yeah, it's more advanced, I guess, would be the thing. But I don't know. Just to me,
Yeah.
like to me, when I go back and play my GameCube, I'm like, I can't. There's like no guide button to like go online and talk to friends. It's like it's weird to like go back and play that, but then I feel like I'm just playing like then I feel like I'm playing a handheld game because like all my handheld devices don't have internet access. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, Sunshine was my childhood, and then Call of Duty 2 brought me into like the like the realistic stuff. Like that got me into like history and war and bloody shooters and first-person shooters, and then Halo revolutionized my entire gaming experience. So.
Oh my God, you and Halo though at the first.
At first,
yeah, when you started off playing it,
I was an
like,
idiot.
Not even playing it, just like first off, it was like, hey, you want to play Halo? No, that looks stupid.
When I first saw Halo, it was a video or a trailer or something for Combat Evolved, and I saw it, and it might have been a Halo 3. I heard about like Halo 3 a lot, and then I was like, what's this Halo? So I went on dial-up on AOL, and I looked it up, and I saw a 240p video of like Halo 1 being played online. I'm like, this game looks stupid. There's aliens and there's like mystical weapons, and none of it's based in reality. And there's like super soldiers, and it's just dumb. It's so just stupid. Because I like Call of Duty, where it was like, you know, you're fighting Nazis, and it's like this happened in history, and this was real at some point, and it was like it was based in reality, and there were, you know, realistic things. And I hated it. And then I played it, and I fucking fell in love with it. And you know what happened from there. So, yeah.
I know.
Like the first, like when I text you that one time when I was first starting to play Halo 3, I was looking at like the creatures, like the book that had all like the stuff in the game, and I'm like, what is this giant plant-looking thing? It says it's called the Grave Mine. And you're like, you'll figure it out. I'm like, no, tell me, what is it? You're like, it's like a villain. I'm like, okay, I'll keep an eye out for the big plant thing. And I like made fun of it, and then I played the game. I'm like, holy balls. But.
Yeah, you were very ignorant to it and very, like, it looks stupid for a while there.
The weird thing is, honestly, I think you got me into Halo. So it's like, without you, I wouldn't have known of Halo. And then it's like, after I knew about it, it was like, I was the one that was, like, getting everyone into Halo. I'm trying. They're building shit in front of me. Did you see that? Did you fucking see that? He manifested in front of me. Roland, you're useless. Can we kill this thing?
Roland's not useless. He's stealing all my kills.
I have electric stuff. It's not very... Well, it's actually pretty effective against this.
Hell, I'm hitting them in their crit spots, and they're just dropping like fucking
Boom.
flies.
Oh, you stole my kills.
Alright.
Mine's all delayed and shit. Oh, that's broken. No, there's another badass. Let me just go ahead and do that.
I honestly can't think of what my favorite game of all time is.
Okay, don't think of it as your favorite game. What game had the biggest impact? Not even favorite. It doesn't even have to be like a good game. Like, what game just impacted you the most? Like, you think of it and said, that is the game that had like the biggest impact on me as a person.
Super Metroid.
Then Super Metroid is your favorite game.
I don't know. Super Metroid and Final Fantasy 1 are the ones I played the most.
You're not being very helpful. Actually, let me jump on your head or something. I don't fucking know. There's an easier way to get up here. I just don't remember how to do it. You jump right when I jump. There we go. I got over here, but then I can get on the bus. Then I can get on the bus. And then I can't.
I'm just trying to get there, see what's in that little Borderlands thing.
That's where it is. I was trying to figure out where the fuck it was. Oh, wow. That's... Oh, ooh. Hello. It's just grenade mods. Shitty, shitty grenade mods. Don't mind my ooh.
There's a thing over here with pistols, by the way.
Yeah, I looked already, and it's fine. Okay, I need one more. I need to put one more thing in my cataclysm. Is that what it is? Yeah, my cataclysm, and I'll be able to unlock the second tier of perks. That's awesome. We've been going for 40 minutes.
We need to go back to Sanctuary and get shit.
Okay. Do you own any Metroid games?
Rolling. Not anymore. They were all for Endo products. I don't have any.
Hmm. Okay, just wondering, because I realized that I had played them, but I had never actually beaten Bowser in any of my Mario games on my handhelds, because I could never beat him. Like when I was a kid, it was just like Bowser's the hardest. I can't do it. It's and I would never know how. Super Mario Advance 2, which is Super Mario World, the one where you have, I don't even know. I never even thought to throw the Mecha Koopas up in the air, and when they fell down, they would hit Bowser on the head when he was flying in his little contraption. Never thought of that as a kid. That just never crossed my mind. I never knew how to beat him. So I would give up.
There's a lot of stuff as a kid.
Because you just don't know. It doesn't tell you. Because old games, like, you had to figure it out. Like, they expected you, sometime in between the game, you would have to throw a shell up. And you would figure out you can throw things up, and you'd have to be like, how do I hit something that only has a weakness on the top? Oh, I'd throw it up and have it bounce down. You don't think of that as a kid. So, I never...
The only thing I'm kind of good at.
So I could never beat Bowser in any of the old Mario games. Never could. I was watching the Game Grumps play that game from forever ago, and I was like, I know how to beat him. Why don't I just go play it? So I just went on there, and it was like, I can't play those games like that anymore. I can't. They're not fun. Because in my mind now, as a gamer nowadays, not as a kid anymore, where everything was just like, you had fun from playing the game, every time I would like fall off something or die, I would get irritated, and it's like, why am I getting mad? It's Mario. You're not supposed to perfect this. Dying doesn't matter. And like I would play and I would like run into something and I'd get upset with myself and I'd be like, I'm not having fun because I'm dying. Of course you die. It's Mario. But I don't know. It was something about I just couldn't have fun playing it, and I was getting really pissed off at myself for not being able to have fun playing Mario. So I just stopped.
Yeah.
But it's just like gaming nowadays has poisoned me to the point where it's like it's not fun to just play games to play them anymore. You have to play them to have a purpose. And I didn't beat the whole game. I just went to Star Road, played 3 levels of Star Road to get to the one that had Bowser's Castle, and just went and played Bowser's Castle and called it good. And like I think I did like a 10% of that game because I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. But it was just like, that's just sad. It's just like I just felt really
Another thing nowadays.
sad.
Sorry to. I get what you mean. And just another thing that kind of gets to me nowadays is like, most people go out and it's like they get a game, and instead of trying to experience it and figure everything out on their own, they immediately go to a strategy guide, they immediately go to a walkthrough on the internet, they just immediately do something so they can get through the game and beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like, I was playing something. I was playing, like, Sunshine for whatever reason, and I got to a point and I'm like, huh. How did I do this level again? And instead of taking, like, another 2 lives to figure out how to do the jump, I was like, Google. And I just looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And then I did it, and I was like, that doesn't feel the same as it did when I was a kid. Why does it feel like it doesn't, And I was like...
You didn't feel as accomplished.
Right, and I was like, well, that was easy. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, it was easy. You just looked up how to do it. And I'm like, when I was a kid, you had to figure it out. And that was, like, part of the game. There was something... I was also watching the original Legend of Zelda be played, and it was, like... There's, like, all, like, the secret bomb spots and, like, how to get through places and, like, all, like, the secret locations and things you can buy and power-ups. And I'm like... If you showed someone this nowadays, the first thing they'd say is the graphics are terrible. Then they'd say the story is stupid. Then they'd say it's not fair because they don't give you hints about where there's secret spots. And then they'd look up a strategy guide on IGN. They wouldn't just play it. But the thing is, someone said that the reason why games are also failing in that department nowadays is because back then, when those games were popular, you didn't have 50 games on 3 different consoles. You had like 1 or 2 games, and you played them to death. So you had time to figure everything out. I didn't have 18 Halos, 36 Call of Duties, 5 Gears of War, and Titanfall, and, you know, there wasn't YouTube and all this other shit. There wasn't things to occupy your time. You played the 1 or 2 games you had for your Game Boy Color, and you played it until you couldn't play it anymore, and you found everything just from the sheer number of hours you put into it because you had nothing else to do. And that's true. Nowadays, if I don't want to play Borderlands because I'm stuck at something, I go play Gears of War. And if I don't want to play that, I'll go play Dead Rising. It's just, I can just go from thing to thing. I haven't gotten past the first, like, 2% of Dead Rising because the first mini-boss with the bikers, I can't get past because my loadout is terrible and I have, like, no health. And I found it to be unfair, and I hated the game since then because of my first experience with it being a piece of shit. So, yeah. Not like I paid for it on its own, I got it with the bundle, but at the same time, it's like, I'd like to play that game because I hear it's fun, but I'm stuck at, like, the first mini-boss, or the first raid boss, and I can't get past it, so, to me, I'll just go play something else. But if I was a kid, and I got stuck at Bowser, I never knew how to beat him, eventually I would figure out how to fucking beat Bowser. But nowadays, I can just be like, this game sucks, I'll go play Battlefield. You know, I have other games to play. So, besides the fact that people are just lazy, there's just more options, too. And porn.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Had to throw that in there.
Well, of course. It's an option, isn't it? You want to play a game, play with yourself.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I basically 70 hours already. I beat Lightning Returns on normal, and then I beat it on hard. I only looked up 2 different kind of, not walkthroughs, but 2 different tips on how to beat, like, ridiculously hard bosses.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I looked up that. Otherwise, I found every side mission, every little side thing. I did just about everything on my own, but then again, it's a JRPG. So,